We come to you from the Chennai office of Uniphore, a unicorn startup originally incubated at IIT Madras but now headquartered in California. Its valuation stands at $2.5 billion. It's a conversational AI based startup which attempts to bridge the gap between human voice and machines. Joining us now, Mr. Umesh Sachdev, the CEO. Thank you very much for your time. Some years ago, when I first interviewed you, you had developed a voice recognition software that helped rural population access banking. But now you have diversified so much.
So first of all, Sam, it's great to be back in Chennai and talking to you after a gap of a few years. The way you described Uniphore is the right way. 16 years ago, when the company was founded and in the incubation cell at IIT Madras, we were trying to solve the problem of connecting humans with machines using voice recognition and an area of AI, which is to do with verbal communication in different languages. Over these 16 years, we've constantly invested in R&D and have become a multimodal AI player. What does that mean? It means our AI platform today combines knowledge AI, generative AI, and emotion AI. It can take in video signals using computer vision, so the AI is watching things like, in the Zoom meeting like you and I will. It can understand human speech in 100 different languages. And it can also understand our written communication in emails and chatbots. Because of that width of a platform that we have and the diversity of applications, we are able to service different types of use cases across 1,500 customers in the world and in 20 different countries.
Give us a sense of the potential of AI in the years to come.
So, to give you the potential, we have to look back. In the early 2000s, we saw the advent of the internet. And it has changed our life in ways that you and I could not have imagined 30 years ago. Then in the late 2000s, 2010, etc., we saw mobile devices and smartphones coming into our lives along with the cloud revolution. All those have been key technology trends that have had a meaningful impact on economies, individuals, and companies. AI is the latest trend in that sequence, but in my opinion, AI will be bigger than internet, mobile, and cloud put together. The amount of economic impact this is likely to generate, the amount of individual impact on human lives and businesses, that over the next 5 to 10 years will be so profound. And we are beginning to see in valuations of publicly traded companies on Wall Street, companies that are AI companies are being tremendously rewarded. And companies that are traditional companies that are likely to be disrupted by AI, their stock prices are crashing. So we are beginning to see the early signs of the world will be divided into two types of businesses, the haves and the have-nots, because of AI.
Some express concerns of what they call irresponsible innovation, and also AI could lead to inaccuracies and also job losses.
So let's take each one individually. If you think about the area of guardrails and responsible AI, it is true that the machine will learn the data that we are teaching it. And if in the data that we are teaching these machines, there is bias. I'll give you an example. We use computer vision as an AI model to pick up facial expressions and sentiment and engagement of people who are doing Zoom meetings or WebEx meetings. That the AI is now watching those feeds and saying who's engaged, who's disengaged, whose sentiment is positive, whose sentiment is negative. In the way of training these models, imagine if we had only trained on a particular type of face, or on a particular skin color type, on a particular size of eye. If I had introduced a bias during my training days of the AI model, then when that model works in real life, it will give very biased outputs. So it's incumbent on the developers of AI models today to be extremely cautious and responsible about the guardrails we're putting in. Otherwise, those models, which are going to make important decisions for all of us, will be heavily biased. However, I focus on the massive positive impact, if done right, with the right guardrails, with potential regulation from governments coming in, the massive impact it's going to have on our lives, on our economies, on businesses, that is so profound.
On lives, how?
So if you think healthcare, the ability for AI models to be co-pilots to doctors, not replace them, but work in tandem with doctors. The opportunity for human errors that any doctor can have because of the nature of their job. with AI working in tandem with doctors, cancer research, critical illnesses, the reduction in error rates, better health outcomes. If you think education, the possibility of a teacher in India teaching 30 students from different countries in Africa. But if you think about it, when teachers used to teach us in our classrooms, in a physical classroom, they used to see which student is paying attention, which student is getting distracted, and they had a way to bring us back into the meeting. If you now do this on a virtual setup in EdTech, the teacher who's running slides and with 30 small windows, the teacher has no ability to track engagement of students. AI being a co-pilot to the teacher can now be watching using computer vision those applications and seeing the impact of which student needs what help. So the impact that AI as a co-pilot in all of our jobs is going to be so tremendous that we have to push forward and continue investing in this technology.
You said we have just scratched the surface of AI. What's in store?
So if you think about it, today we are one of the largest B2B AI companies in the world by servicing 1,500 enterprises, 750,000 users. On the one side, we have thousands of more businesses and million more users to get to. On the other side, even though you commented on the breadth of our technology platform, we have a lot more areas of research and development that we're investing in. If you think about the multimodality of AI, we have new languages to get to. We have new modes like, we've got video, but we haven't done images and pictures yet. And each time we add a new capability to those AI models, new application frontiers open. Each application frontier, the examples I gave you with healthcare or education, impact human lives, impact businesses, and impact economies. So for the next few decades, you will see a lot of investments in AI from companies like Uniphore and otherwise.
AI, will it make life easier or stressful?
So the role of technology, in my belief, is to enable human beings, just increase our standard of living. However, for the first time, there is an opportunity that this technology, we wouldn't have to change our behavior and adjust to it. AI can adjust to the way human beings behave, which is why Uniphore's mission is to make enterprise AI more human. We are not saying humans more AI centric. And the way we are able to do this is by giving those AI models the knowledge of how we as human beings talk to each other, our language, how we change emotion by changing tone, by changing facial expressions. All those areas of training, we are training AI models to become more and more human. And the more the AI models understand how we human beings communicate over video meetings, phone calls, in the office, etc., they'll be better co-pilots or assistants to us human beings.
You're a non-IITian, but you were incubated at IIT Madras, and you are being seen as a showpiece startup of this particular research park here. Tell us about the culture of this incubation center.
Well, Sam, what's really important, the area of, that you're taking me into, that in 2007 and 2008, when I came to IIT Madras, we got a small lab with tremendous mentorship support to develop this cutting-edge technology that did not exist in the world. Voice recognition in over 100 languages, etc. That was new area at the time. We were given support with access to financing, to early venture capital, and then to develop a business model to scale this up. And the result of which you're seeing today, a company valued at $2.5 billion, one of the world's largest AI companies, business in 20 different countries. So the story of sowing the seed of a new idea, getting a few people together, giving them the right support, and building big companies. Today, as a paid forward, I'm on the board of IIT Research Park, and we have incubated over 500 companies, all deep tech, much like Uniphore, solving hard technology problems. Not every startup will make it. We don't have 100% success rates, but the ones that do go on to change the world, just like Uniphore has. And so the reason that happens, you asked me about the culture of IIT Madras, the one word to describe the culture here is innovation. There is no answer like no in this place. If you think of a hard technology problem, if you think of a hard business problem, this place teaches you ways to push the envelope, to not take no for an answer, to find ways to solve the problem. You have frugal innovation happening in IIT. You have cutting edge innovation happening in IIT, and especially in areas like AI or electric vehicles or clean energy. We are seeing tremendous innovation coming out of this ecosystem here.
You're talking about setting audacious goals. Where will Uniphore be in the next 5 years?
So, what we'd really like to do is lead the way in AI being adopted in enterprises. Last year, we crossed $100 million of contracted ARR. We've set ourselves a goal that in the next 3.5 years, we want to be over $1 billion of ARR. More importantly, those financial numbers are mere proxy to the fact that by the time we keep growing over the next 3 to 4 years, we should be servicing a million plus people in the world using AI, thousands of enterprises using AI, and in different countries, while delivering real business outcomes, efficiency gains, better standards of living for people, etc.
You have made some significant acquisitions. You're now headquartered in California. Is that a kind of a strategic reason?
So if you think about from a technology standpoint, the best innovation in the world, the biggest companies in the world, and the largest ecosystem of venture capital mentors, that's Silicon Valley. And having been founded here in India, in Chennai, in IIT Madras Research Park, at some point it was very clear to us that for us to make a global impact and become a leader in a certain space, we have to be in Silicon Valley. That said, we also do business in 20 unique countries today. And in each country, we've either entered by opening our own offices or, like you said, by acquiring companies who are usually like Uniphore, started by some very bright, committed researchers, data scientists, or engineers. And as bringing those companies as part of our bigger platform, we do two things. We add to our platform a new technology capability, and at the same time give that company a wider platform and over 1,500 customers around the world. And so this flywheel of innovation has served us well, and we will continue to invest and be opportunistic in other areas of acquisitions as well.
What next?
We're just starting in the journey of enterprise AI. About 18 months ago, as we all know, when ChatGPT came about, AI has become the talk of town, the most important theme for CEOs, governments, etc. There is only one company in the world which has done AI at the scale that Uniphore has. Mm-hmm. Because we've been around for 15 years, constantly investing in widening the platform. The experience of working with over 1,500 enterprises, over 750,000 users using our AI every day, gives us a very unique vantage point. And so what we are finding is, as the world is very curious and anxious to develop an AI strategy, what will AI do in their businesses and individual lives? How will productivity increase with AI? We are the ones who have the answers because we've been doing it and we have the experience. And so our mission right now is to being available to our customers in every country, to be available and be partners with governments and helping them think through the next few stages of AI.
Thank you so much, Umesh, for your time. Umesh Sachdev, the CEO of Uniphore, talking to us with Suresh at the IIT Madras Research Park in Chennai. Sam Daniel, Find the TV.